All right, here we go, chat. Let's read the TWAB this week at Bungie, February 9th, 2023, written for us by Hippy. This week at Bungie, we're talking about changes to Ability Strand and a few other tidbits that we think you should know before Lightfall arrives later this month. Before we get into the heart of this week's TWAB, here's a brief recap of what we talked about in the last week's blog post. A recap of our most recent Lightfall Exotics preview, a deeper look into upcoming weapon changes, a heads up on the 24-hour maintenance downtime window that kicks off on February 27, 2023 at 9 a.m. PST, a message from Black at Bungie, and more. If you haven't already, feel free to mosey on over and check out what else you may have missed. After reading this TWAB, of course, it'd be rude to leave now. Come on. Here's a brief overview of what we're diving into this week. We're catching up on the latest Strand details, diving into performance issues tied to latency, particularly in Crucible, getting creeped out with the latest Creepy Crawly Festival of the Lost voting and figuring out where we're going next in Trials of Osiris, looking at the latest in Prime Gaming loot to snag, taking a closer look at the VFX integration of Strand and how that relates to Destiny, and previewing a few other snippets we think you should know. Now, on to the TWAB. Support for Syria and Turkey. In the early hours of Monday, February 6th, a devastating 7.8 magnitude earthquake struck southern Turkey near the Syrian border. Hours later, the region was hit again by a 7.5 magnitude aftershock. Cities across Turkey and Syria lie in destruction. Over 11,000 have been killed, with many more presumed dead, and hundreds of thousands are seeking refuge during the freezing winter months. Jeez, I didn't even hear about this. When was this? February 6th. Wow. The hearts of the entire team at Bungie go out to all those impacted by this heartbreaking disaster. Since the news broke, the Bungie Foundation and teams across the studio have been actively working to develop a support plan to deliver aid and care to the people and families in the region. Today, we are announcing our plan to help those in Turkey and Syria, and we are asking the Bungie community to join us. The generosity of our community during Game to Give 2022 has enabled us to pledge $50,000 each to our partners at Direct Relief and the International Rescue Committee. These funds will be put to immediate use. These organizations are already supporting the efforts in the region. Direct Relief has committed an initial $1 million in aid to support search and rescue operations in healthcare organizations in both countries, and has already begun to mobilize its medical aid deliveries that will be critical in treating traumatic injuries caused by falling debris, crush injuries, fractures, and more. The International Rescue Committee is scaling up their response to support affected communities in both Turkey and Syria, which will include the provision of immediate cash, basic items, and hygiene supplies. More than 1,000 IRC staff members in Syria are providing life-saving healthcare and other support. Call to action. We are asking the Bungie community to join us in supporting the humanitarian aid efforts in the region. A special emblem has been designed to show support for the relief efforts. Compassion Concentric will be available to all Guardians who donate $25 or more at, here's the link in the TWAB. All funds raised during the campaign will go directly to Direct Relief and the IRC. That's a great cause. Heart goes out to those affected in Turkey and Syria. I did not know about that. Those basically two earthquakes, 7.8 earthquake, and then a 7.5 aftershock. That's devastating. They're estimating 11,000. Oh man, heart goes out to the families and all those affected. I'm glad Bungie's doing it. This is why I love Bungie, for stuff like this. Stuff like this. They're on it, man. The Compassion Concentric emblem was created for humanitarian aid purpose. It was inspired by our desire to help communities in time of need and to create a sense of calm and support for those who use and see it. Our community always shows up in times of need, and the people in the Turkey and Syria need Guardians Light now more than ever. Thank you so much for your love, for your generosity and support. Love, the Bungie Foundation. Every day is Fly Day with Strand. If you ever thought to yourself, I really like to get my Spider-Man on, but make it green, then you're in luck. We're going to have a sneeze fit in the middle of the TWAB. Strand is swinging its way into Destiny 2 with Lightfall, and to celebrate the upcoming launch, we dove deep into what the new subclass will have to offer with a nifty standalone article and a shiny new trailer. Here's a brief recap on all the radioactive green goodness that was shared earlier this week for Strand. New terms to learn like suspend, unravel, and sever, a breakdown of what Strand looks like for all classes, a first look at new fragments, and a few other pieces of Lightfall puzzle that we think you'll enjoy. If you missed the trailer or just want it again, here you go. Here's a trailer. We need to talk about latency. Earlier this season, we started investigating a new latency issue. The end effect you would see is one or more players standing against a wall or not taking any damage for several seconds, teleporting across the map and possibly killing you. After learning that this could even happen in private matches, we were able to eliminate the new matchmaking changes as a possible cause. We then looked at new features as the possible culprit, and after ruling those out, we started looking at external sources. Valve has constantly been making improvements to its Steam Datagram Relay service to provide safe, high-quality Destiny 2 connections. In this case, they found new relays which were not configured properly and severely impacted network quality between players during peak hours. The problematic relays were taken offline at 3 p.m. last Friday, pending a more thorough investigation, and this appears to have resolved the immediate issues for players. So we have graphs and breakdowns and stuff. While this doesn't solve all latency problems in the game, it has fixed this particularly thorny issue that has plagued the game since the start of Season 19. In our own investigations, we also found a few hidden bugs that should be fixed with Lightfall. These should improve network quality even further for players with good network connections. With great Strand power comes great fashionability, like that. For those of you looking to make other Guardians a little green with Ivy when it comes to your fashion sense, we've got good news. When Lightfall launches, every item that changes its appearance based on your currently equipped subclass will be compatible with Strand. Whether it's a piece of Solstice armor from years past, a favorite finisher, or one of your new subclass-based emotes, you'll soon be able to express yourself in Strand colors when using a Strand subclass. I like that. We're going to get an example here. Oh, look at that Strand finisher. Subclass agnostic legendary finishers. Here we go. We have the Solstice armor set being shown off. And here's the list of all the armor sets that are affected by this. Start thinking about how you'll weave these fashion updates into your transmog and perk updates into your loadouts for next step in Destiny 2's story. Callus is clearly upping his fashion game. It's only fair we do the same. Does this update resonate with you? Some early warning for folks looking to prepare for weapon crafting in Lightfall. As part of an initiative to integrate weapon crafting into the broader core economy, we will be completely removing resonant elements from the game. Standard currencies such as glimmer, enhancement cores, etc. will replace the element costs that exist today. We'll also be removing the deep sight attunement objective altogether. Resonant and harmonic alloys will still be used at launch. However, we're planning to overhaul these currencies later in the Lightfall year. Ascendant alloys will remain as is for now. Much of this info is hot off the presses, so apologies for the late warning. Wow. So resonant stems, what does it say? Resonant elements are leaving the game. Alloys will still be used. Ascendant alloys will still be used. Okay. Wow. Big change. Hope it's for the better. A prime day for some prime gaming. Guardians, it's time to snag some extra gear for your Lightfall adventures. For those space magic wielding players that are part of the Prime Gaming Club, we've got a new bundle to grab. Here we have a Prime Gaming drop. You can get the Sunshot, Red Dwarf, Sunshot Ornament, Jotnir, Exotic Sparrow, the Ghost Projection, and additional surprise. For anyone that may need a refresher, Prime Gaming is a program with Amazon Prime that offers Guardians a select few exotics and legendary goods to unlock. It's super easy to use too. Just sign up for your Prime Gaming account and link it to your Bungie.net account. If you have Amazon Prime, congrats, you also have Prime Gaming. Once signed in, you can select the spiffy cosmetic links to claim them, and then they'll be waiting for you in the tower with Amanda Holiday the next time you log in. Much like the special emblem will be waiting for you. For example, if you come to twitch.tv/D_flawless and you gift 2 subs, you can then go to Amanda Holiday and get that special emblem from her as well. We asked, you answered, and things got creepy crawly. We asked Guardians to weigh in on what they want to see for this year's Festival of the Lost and what the next Trials of Osiris map should be. But first, let's talk those creepy crawlies. Spiders versus beetles. Why did spiders take out beetles nearly across the board when it comes down to player vote? Probably because they're more acclimated to living on the web. Okay. Bad puns aside, Spider Chic took the win despite the intriguing look of Beetle fashion. We did things differently this year by allowing Guardians to vote for each class, and that seemed to work out well. Here's a breakdown of our latest Festival of the Lost voting and where exactly Team Beetle lost the fight. Hunters had 56% of the vote for Team Spider. Titans also said they were Team Spider with a whopping 72% of the vote. Warlocks broke the mold altogether with Team Beetle taking 53% of the votes. Let's get creepy. As for Trials, drumroll please, the winner is Radiant Cliffs. With 44% of the total vote ends the Trials map of choice starting tomorrow at reset. See you this weekend, Guardians. Player support report. I just really like saying that. Destiny content vault update has been updated. Information, activities, vendors, expansion content will no longer be added to the DCV. Players can expect, okay, yeah. Items being deprecated at the start of the game. With the launch of Lightfall on February 28, 2023, Destiny will transition to Year 5, Year 6. At this time, certain items will become deprecated, no longer available for use. Looks like there's a list if you click the link. They have some known issues. And then we have movies of the week. Before we dive into this week's pick, we wanted to talk about our movie and art of the week selection. How do I tag MOTW and AOTW? We noticed that the standard MOTW are starting to get a little convoluted with other content, some a little less appropriate than others. To make sure that your submissions are seen online by the wider community, we want to encourage the use of Destiny 2 AOTW and Destiny 2 MOTW. There we go. Artificial intelligence, AI art. Last week, an AI art submission was mistakenly featured in our blog. The process of choosing these involved a team effort, and with this technology being so new, we don't have a foolproof way of knowing what submissions are AI art. We want to keep this celebration of our community for those that work hard to bring their creative selves to the forefront when creating works that the traveler would find joy in. Because of this, we will not knowingly ever feature AI art submissions as a potential Destiny AOTW or Destiny 2 MOTW winner. That being said, this is still new. We asked for grace if we mistakenly feature a submission generated by AI, and a respectful heads up should it ever happen again in the future. Appreciate the assist. Friends that join in. Emblems take time, and we've seen instances where 2 to 3 folks working on a video suddenly turns into 20 or more, and often the same names circulate on a significant number of submissions that are unrelated to one another. To keep these going, something needed to change. The same rule still applies from before. Any person involved must be listed in the original posting for the Destiny 2 Artist of the Week and Destiny 2 Movie of the Week submissions. Late additions will not be included. However, we're adding one more thing to note. Please ensure that all Bungie profiles are included in the initial post. Threads at the same time are fine, and that the number of creators does not exceed 7. We hope this change will keep the process of awarding the art and movie emblems honest and something that indicates the celebration of our community. Now on to said community. A note from Bruno, Guardians have done so many things in the last year. Took out Gaul, woke up the trap. Oh my gosh. Well, you know the rest. But sometimes it's those working behind the scenes that can make a real difference. And even the most heroic character would be lost without their help. Take that into consideration the next time you visit the Enclave. And then we have Movie of the Week. Congratulations to Ali Quasar. Congratulations to Golden Enforcer for the 8-minute and 47-second Birthplace of the Vile speedrun, looks like. Sometimes you just need a little wholesome in your life. We have Artist of the Week. Congratulations to Pliff, to Kevin Rages, and there you go. And that's a wrap on another TWAB. Lightfall will be here before we know it, and we know that many of you still have more questions. Don't worry. We've got a few more things to share before February 28th, but until then, make sure you're drinking that water, keeping up with that self-care, and always leading with your kindest foot forward. Until next time, friends, I should go hippie. And there you have it. That's the TWAB. Thank you so much for watching or listening. Appreciate you. Go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Until next time, peace out. I love you. Bye-bye.